Good evening, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live on this Friday evening with the October paper pumpkin. So this is the Ho 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 kit, and I believe it's 9 Christmas cards with a little Santa set, but let's open up the box and see what is in our kit. So I'm going to zoom in on my desktop. There we go. And so we have this fun little box. Unfortunately, mine got a little damaged, but really fun candy cane stripe box. And we'll check out what's in here. So what we have is, oh, nice, an early espresso ink spot in here. So I'm going to use my early espresso ink for these kits. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And then we have a little stamp set in here with Santa Claus and some stars, some snowflakes, holly jolly, Santa Claus is coming to town, deliver to. I absolutely love the sleigh and reindeers, and then some beautiful Merry and Ho Ho Ho, and 'tis the season to be jolly, and then our Christmas and our holiday. So just really an amazing stamp set. This is going to be a keeper for sure. All right, so that's our stamp set. I got to put that down somewhere where I won't lose it. If you're popping on, say hi. I'd love to know who's here and joining me. And then they've got a little note in here just letting you know that November's kit coordinates with this month's paper pumpkin, and it's a gift tag kit. And so that's going to be really, really cool. And then there's some little gift bags as well. Oh, here we go. The North Pole Sacks add-on. And so there's these little bags, and they're actually available in shop now. So if you wanted to log on, you could grab those for yourself as well. So that's a little bit about this kit. Now let's just see here. I'll pull that out and unwrap our little package. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm already in love because of what I see on the envelopes. The envelopes are always one of my favorite parts of the paper pumpkin kit because they're just those amazing decorated envelopes. I'm such a sucker for decorated envelopes. And this one has the candy cane stripe on it from the box. All right. So we'll pull that off. So we got a package of dimensionals, which is fantastic. We have some really neat, like enamel dots. They're kind of milky in color. Those are cool. And then the awesome envelopes. So we have 3 with that candy cane stripe, and it's on the inside and the outside. I love it. We have, it's kind of like a blue. It looks a little white on screen, but it's actually quite like pool party, I guess. And then, oh, with the beautiful Bermuda Bay on the inside. Gorgeous. And then a really nice crumb cake. And with a very fine pinstripe on the inside. That's awesome. All right. Then we have our card bases. So here we have the crumb cake with the cherry cobbler. So I'm going to just grab one of those for now. Put that out. And then, oh, that gorgeous Bermuda Bay, the ombre with the snowflakes. So pretty. So we'll save one of those. And then, oh, cool. We've got a neat little vellum embellishment and some labels. Those are great. So we're going to need those. I'm going to actually leave those with that because it came layered that way. All right. Then we have a crumb cake base. What I love about this, as opposed to just a crumb cake card, is that the inside is white. So you don't have to put an extra layer inside here. All right. Oh, beautiful. And then we have these really cool patterns, all die cut and everything. Fantastic. And a different design as well. So we've got 2 of those. And then we have a pool party base. And again, I love it because the inside's white. So you don't have to do that extra layer. Oh, nice. And then these feel thick. So they've got to be Feels like they're stickers. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was just a bunch of them layered together. All right, there we go. They're definitely punch outs, though. They're already die cut around the edges. And same with these gorgeous sentiments. We have some larger mini glue dots and some like iridescent snowflakes. Those are gorgeous. All right, and now we're down to the very bottom. This is the part I always forget, is that we actually get instructions and get to see the cards that we're going to make. Oh, hi, Lisa. Oh, you know what? I've learned my lesson with their Christmas kits. I always order them. They seem to knock it out of the ballpark with their Christmas kits. They're just so pretty. This is awesome. Well, I'm so excited to start putting these together. All right, so I'm going to kind of follow their instructions because I don't want to miss any steps or any layers when we're doing this. So it looks like our first one actually uses the crumb cake card base. So I'm going to grab my bone folder. Just going to double check I don't have any ink on it. There we go. So I grab my bone folder. And it looks like our first step with this card is actually to take this largest piece and we're going to pop that on with dimensionals. So I don't often use the ones that they send me, but I know that I'm running low here, so I'm going to use theirs. All right. And it shows just kind of carefully putting these up in the top corner so that it's not visible on the outside edges, and then also throwing one into the center. I'm actually going to throw two into the center. All right. There we go. And so I don't know what the weather's like around the rest of the country, but tonight is the perfect night to stay in and craft. Our rain that we desperately need has finally arrived. And so it's cloudy and cool and a great night to stay inside. All right. Here we go. So, oh, I got that one a little bit out of where it should be. It's just peeking through. So I'm actually just going to get some snips and trim it because I can see that. There we go. Didn't want to be able to see it poking through. Okay, so I am going to stand up to do this. Hopefully I don't create too much of a shadow. There we go. All right, so that beautiful layer is attached to our card front now. These pieces are gorgeous. I sure hope they make a refill kit for this because that is beautiful. All right, now the next thing that they are showing us to do is to stamp. Oh, there we go. I was a little confused. It's showing to stamp the Santa Claus, and I'm like, on what though? So we're going to grab the Santa Claus, and they've given us all the colored bits. We're just going to use our early espresso ink to put in the outlines. How cool is that? I love it. All right, let's grab a block. And I'm going to grab my early espresso ink. Here we go. And I'm just going to do a test with this one because I don't want to. There we go. That's going to work out perfectly. So again, we've got our little Santa here. So I'm going to kind of use the hat as the guide. There we go. Oh my goodness, that is adorable. And while I'm here and have my little Santa all inked up, I am going to just do my second one. I think there's actually 6 in the kit, but I'm going to do the 2 on this sheet just because I've got the ink ready to go. And then we also, so I'm going to pop out the one Santa Claus that we need for this card. We also are supposed to stamp a Merry Christmas, or just the word Christmas rather, on one of these smaller strips. So let's pop that out of its frame. And I'm going to grab the word Christmas. So it's one of the ones that's all outlined. There we go. Pop that down. Pick it up on a block. Let's see. All right. And we're going to ink that up. And because it is the first time, I'm going to just give it a test. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, I can see that that top corner, though, isn't wanting to ink. There we go. Much better. And line that up. Beautiful. All right, so we've got our Christmas stamped on there. Now, let's see, our next step. Okay, it looks like we're now going to grab the beautiful Bermuda Bay banner. There we go. The largest of these very, very beautiful snowflakes. We got a lot of them, so that's really nice. Well, we've got 3 because we get to make 3 of each card. So 3 of those, so that largest one. And we're going to get the two-tone Mary from over here. So we got 3 of those as well. And I think that is all of our bits. Okay, so first thing that they're showing we do is we put our snowflake on here with a mini glue dot, and they gave us a bunch of them. Now, if you don't have a take your pick tool, it does not come in your kit, but it is a tool that I highly recommend, especially for placing these mini glue dots, for placing them and for peeling that backing off. There we go. And we're going to take that, and it looks like we just want to put it down so that it is below that. There we go. All right, so our snowflake is adhered. Now I'm going to take my snowman and put some dimensionals on the back of him. Or did I call him a snowman? Oh my goodness. Santa. Can you tell it's been a long day? I literally walked in the door from work and came down here to open up this paper pumpkin. I've been looking forward to it all day. All right, so that's done. Now we're going to take our Mary and attach it to the Bermuda Bay banner using some of our glue dot, or mini glue dots. That's what they are. There we go. And so it just shows you using 3 of them, like kind of looking around for those spots that are a little bit larger that will accommodate a glue dot. And there we go. And take that one off. I love this tool for just getting under that first layer and being able to pull it back a bit. Here we go. All right. So put our Mary onto, oh, no. I want it centered. There. All right, so we've got our Mary on there, and then going to use some dimensionals on the back. And there we go. Do 3 on there. I'm going to pop this down onto our card front, just so that it's covering up a little bit of Santa's beard and a little bit of the snowflake. And then finally, our Christmas gets its own dimensionals. Probably didn't need to put 3 on this one. Oh well. Say love you. This one could have gotten away with 2. All right. And then don't put it on upside down. Oh my goodness. And then we're just going to come right up here and put it down so that it's just slightly covering the bottom of the Mary. All right. So there you have it. That is our first paper pumpkin card all put together. And it is so sweet. We'll love it. And then because it was that great card base with the crumb cake front, our inside is already white and ready to draw on or write on. Oh my goodness. All right. Pop that off to the side where I won't lose it, because I'll show all three of them to you again at the end. Now, our next one, this one I have seen all over the internet. I'm so excited about this one. Our next one uses this gorgeous Bermuda Bay kind of ombre piece. And so what we're going to do is get our sled and our reindeer. I'm going to peel these off. Oh, come on. There we go. And they're going to kind of just go below the star line, just like that. So I'm going to grab another block to pop these on. I'm like trying not to take everything off the blocks as we go. Actually, I should have put that on diagonally, because I know I want to do some alternative cards. So I'm going to want these all ready to go on the blocks. All right, so this little guy gets stamped right across there. There we go. And just like that. Awesome. All right. So there we go. That's done. And then we also want our sentiment that says Santa Claus is coming to town. He sure is. Okay. So Santa Claus is coming to town, and we're going to stamp that on one of our stitched labels. So that same sheet that we got our first label from, we've got this here. It has just the ever so slight pool party stitching on it. And so we're going to stamp our sentiment there. And cut those words. Pop them into the middle. And there we go. Santa Claus is coming to town. Awesome. Okay. Hi, Gail. So with that done, now we're going to find our frame. Here we go. So this one is, there's a big square in the center, but then we have this large frame. And we're going to get that piece and put some dimensionals on it. And it looks like we're going to put the frame right on like that. And then we also want one of our striped bits. Looks like it's the smaller one. There we go. And what are we attaching all of this to? I'm not sure. Let's see. There might be a piece I'm missing. Or maybe I'm just not understanding. Oh, maybe it's just straight onto here. And then we put, okay. All right, I get it. So this piece goes on here, although that seems too long. Interesting. Oh, maybe because the frame. Yeah, there we go, because the frame is also bigger. All right, and that's going to go just like that. So they actually say to use mini glue dots to attach this. I'm not going to. I don't like using kind of more permanent adhesive when I'm doing this kind of stuff, because then I can't slide it around, wiggle it around. So I'm going to use just a strip of liquid glue. I'm not going to go right out to the ends though, because I noticed that this kind of doesn't go right, like it goes off the ends. I don't want glue off those ends. All right. And okay, it also shows how, this is why I want to be able to slide it around. It shows that we don't line it right up with the bottom either. It shows that we let it stick off the bottom a bit. Okay, so we're leaving a little border on the three sides. And then we're going to use mini glue dots for this piece as well to attach this down. So for this one as well, I'm going to use liquid glue just on the one side. So just a little bead and then drag it along. There we go. Oops. And this is why some people don't like liquid glue, because it gets a little messy sometimes. I used a little too much. All right, so a little bit of liquid glue there. I like it because it gives me the wiggle. All right, and then I'll just clean up that extra glue with my finger. And then I will use 2 glue dots up here at the top. All right. So I'm actually going to come in here and just pop that one down. So again, you're seeing that it's creating like a full little border around our picture. All right, and actually I'm just going to use the one. I'm going to adhere the rest of this with my dimensionals. So when I put this one down, I'm actually going to use a dimensional to hold that. All right, there we go. And so do the 4 corners. And this gets attached to our pool party card base. Okay, so peel these backings off. There we go. And this gets centered. There we go. All right, that is beautiful. Now, they have us grabbing another one of those beautiful snowflakes. This time, we're taking one that's just a little bit smaller. There we go. Oh, this one got a little bent. Hopefully, I didn't do that. Oh, my. Oh, well, that's going to get buried anyways, because we're going to put it on here with a mini glue dot and then cover part of it up with our sentiment. So all good. So when we put that mini glue dot on, we're going to try and line it up with our frame so that it sticks to our frame. There. And we want to make sure, I'm just realizing, we also want to make sure that it's going to stay on our card front. Now it does go quite close to the edge, but we don't want the spikes of our snowflake going off the edges. All right, so with that done, I've got my Santa Claus is coming, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of that. There. And this gets put just down here. It's going to cover up part of the candy cane and part of that candy cane stripe. Now they actually put it down lower. I kind of like it up a little bit higher, because then we're going to grab the ho ho ho. Where did that go? All right, from this sheet, we're going to grab the ho 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 and pop that on just above the sentiment. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. So that's why we kind of did our little guy up a little bit higher and gave him a bunch of space. And now our ho 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 is going to go on just like this underneath our Santa Claus, and even a bit over top of our snowflake. And they are suggesting to attach it with mini glue dots. So let's do that. So I grab my Take Your Pick tool. Here we go. So again, trying to find the spots where we have like a nice bigger space. There. And anything that does kind of stick off the edges, we can also just kind of use our Take Your Pick tool to peel it back in a bit. So I'm just going to take a look at this, and I think I don't want mine covering up too much of my snowflake. So I think I might move it over just a bit like this so that it comes off the other side. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. All right. So peel these backings off, and there I've got a little bit, so I'm just going to roll it in so that it's behind our ho ho ho. And again, over here, there's just a little bit off, so I'm just going to roll it in. All right, so that is kind of how I like it. So that's how I'm going to pop it down on here. All right, there we go. And that is our second card complete. These are so pretty. Oh my goodness. All right, put that one up there. And now our last card, I guess, is going to be this cherry cobbler base. So again, I'm going to grab my bone folder, close that up, and let's see what the instructions say. All right. Oh, the instructions say I'm supposed to be using these. Maybe not until this card. Maybe this is the first one, because I haven't seen them show up. All right. So let's see. Step 1 is to take this beautiful piece and attach it on here with dimensionals. So let's do that. We're just going to use 5, 1 in the center and 1 in each corner. These ones are pretty easy. There's lots of space there. There we go. All right, got those. And this is the nerve-wracking part for me. Lining it up. Okay. Let's see here. Come on. Oh, I'm not good at lining things up. There we go. All right. Got it. So with that done, we're going to add 3 snowflakes to this one. Holy smokes. All right. So we want to grab, let's see here, medium-sized one. Let's pop on down there, and then 2 smaller ones. Pop there and there. Excellent. All right, so now I'm feeling like I forgot a step. I must have forgot a step on the last card. I must have. Because I have these pieces, or maybe it was on the first card. I don't know. That's so interesting. Oh, I did. I missed a step on the last card. These pieces were meant to go behind the ho 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 and create a little vellum look behind it. Oh well. Looks good to me without them. All right. So these guys get put down with our mini glue dots. And I'm not very good at following the instructions, apparently. So we'll pop that on there. Peel that backing off. And this goes on just like that. And then these 2 little guys get their own mini dimensionals, or mini glue dots rather, in the back. Make sure you're putting this on the non-shiny side. And then we'll peel those off and pop those on. All right, so pretty. So this is that same iridescent material that our wonderful snowflakes that are in our annual catalog are made of. So they're really easy to use and add such a beautiful shine to cards. All right, with that done, we are going to grab a long green sentiment, and we're supposed to stamp on this. All right. So we'll grab a sentiment to stamp on there in a moment. And we now get to also grab the long stripes. And then we apparently don't use our O in Joy. Well, we can, I suppose, but they're recommending that we use the Santa Claus as the O instead. So there we go. He's going to be our O in Joy. Now, if you really love the Santa Claus, you could just use the O in Joy and save that Santa for another card. So super duper cute with the Santa on there, or save him to use him on something else and just straight up do the joy on here, which I actually think I might do because that Santa's super cute. Oh, actually, you know what? I won't, because I can stamp him because we have the stamp. So I am going to put the Santa on here because that's super cute. And then you have an O. I don't know what you'll use that for. Maybe we'll figure something out as this goes on. All right. So we have this very long 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. And, oh, now this is curious. It's very long. And normally these stamps all fit on a paper pumpkin block. Oh, look at that. It does. Just, I think that's the longest they could have made it. And still had it fit on a paper pumpkin block. So to make sure that this is straight, because sometimes these longer ones can get a little wiggly, I'm actually going to line it up. Oh, if it'll let go of my finger. I'm going to line it up on my green strip to make sure it's straight. And then I'm going to pick it up on my block. So when you do that, just corner to corner on that diagonal, it fits on your block. There we go. And then link that up. Beautiful. And stamp that on there. So cute. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Love it. All right. So with those bits done, we are supposed to use mini glue dots to attach these to our card front before we put our joy on. And we're supposed to go kind of from the top of that snowflake to the bottom of that one, and then this one on top, just like that. That is super duper cute. So I am actually going to use, not even liquid glue, I'm going to use some seal. Maybe I'll use some seal. There we go. And there. Just get a really quick, I don't want to use the liquid glue because it'll like slip and slide on top of these snowflakes. And then for this one, it's too wide to do a straight strip across. So I'm going to do little strips, or you could use the mini glue dots. I said it before, I like to save my mini glue dots for things that actually really need mini glue dots, and this doesn't. All right, so again, make sure you don't put your sentiment on upside down. And there we go. All right, fantastic. All right, and then we use dimensionals for our joy. And so here we go. I'm going to do my Santa Claus first. Oh, I just took the backing off, but not the, there we go. So I'm going to do my Santa Claus first and then place the other letters around him. That way I can get him centered. Maybe I can get him centered. There we go. And then our J gets a dimensional at the top and a dimensional, well, they say just at the top. I'm going to do one at the bottom as well. There we go. And you can kind of see where they go because you've got like the more solid spots on this background to cover up. There we go. And then our Y is going to go over here. So we've got a full dimensional down at the bottom. And then they're suggesting that we just use a half for the tops of the Y. There we go. Half and a half. And stick that one on. All right. And that is our third card. Now, isn't that funny? I must be going blind because we have these beautiful little embellishments, and I have not seen anywhere in these instructions that shows where to use these, and I don't see them anywhere on the cards. That is so unusual. So I'm not really sure. So I guess use them as you please, or use them. Oh, here we go. They're being put onto our snowflakes. They're so pretty. They're being put onto the centers of our snowflakes, but I didn't see it in the instructions. How strange. All right, so we'll go back. I'm going to bring in the other cards to show you anyway, so we'll go back and add them as we bring in the other cards. But here, it's just like that. And then some little ones on here, there, and there. So right in the centers of our snowflakes on that one. And then we'll bring these ones back in, so we'll use another large one. Oh, come on. At the top of that. There we go. And another one right here. Awesome. And so those are our 3 cards as the paper pumpkin instructions kind of show them to be done. I didn't quite make them exactly right. But that is the basic gist of it. So I actually really don't have anything pre-planned for alternatives, but there's just so many great things in here that I think we can go ahead and kind of wing it and create something really awesome. So I'm going to take this Mary because it's just so pretty, and I'm going to put that onto a block, and I'm going to bring in a second color into the mix to create my alternatives. I'm going to bring in the cherry cobbler. And, oh, paper's falling. There we go. I'm going to use a basic white card base. There we go. And I am going to grab one of our envelopes. Now, I hate doing this because I really do love our envelopes. Like, they really are beautiful. But I'm just thinking that this would be a really nice accent on a card. So I'm actually going to cut this up a little bit and use it as a background on our card. So I'm going to come in and start by trimming the flap off of our envelope. All right. And then I'm going to trim just the tiniest amount off of each end, just so that this will open up and be like a thin sheet of paper. And then here we go. Actually, I won't even trim that much yet. We'll wait until I see how much paper I want. All right, so we've just trimmed the tiniest bit off of there, and that's going to allow our envelope to open all the way up now. Oh, thanks, Val. They are beautiful cards in this kit. And thank you, Janet. It's too funny. You love it when I wing it. You know, it stresses me out a little bit to wing it, but in the end, I'm usually happy with the end result. Oh, now I am seeing that I definitely need a new blade on this paper trimmer, though. Yikes. So I might be walking away to use my guillotine for the next few cuts because I don't have any blades readily available. All right, so I am going to actually trim this down to 5.5. So I'm just going to go do those cuts off on my guillotine. Sorry, guys. Need new trimmer blades. All right. 5.25. There we go. All right, so I just trimmed that down to 5.25 in width. And then as you can see, it's a little bit larger than my 4.25. Just barely though. I wonder. Actually, it is exactly 4.25. I was tempted to cut it down and glue it on, Actually, I am going to. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut this so that I can give it a nice little border as well. So I'm going to cut it in half. So 2 1/8. There we go. All right, so I think I might even be able to get 2 pieces out of this with what I plan on doing. All right. Fantastic. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab that backing, actually just like that. There we go. So I've got this piece. So it's the 2 parts from our envelope. I cut them at 2 1/8 so that I basically cut it in half. I'm going to glue one down like that and one down like that. So it's going to create a background for me that I can then add some little things to. So I'm going to glue the stripes down first. Oh, you're definitely not the only one who cuts fancy envelopes, but I hesitate to just because I love giving cards in fancy envelopes. But oh well, not this time. Not this time. We're going to use these envelopes because they are so pretty. Okay, come on. My glue is not cooperating. There we go. All right, so this first piece, the inside, the stripies, I'm going to put them up here and just like that. There we go. And then I'm going to take the other half and glue it so that I can see those flowers. Whatever they are. I think they're flowers, poinsettias. Very geometric poinsettias. All right. So now this one is going to go down on the bottom of our card. All right, just like that. Okay, so with that done, oops, go back. With that done, I'll put the lid on my glue, and I am going to stamp, I think, my Merry and my Christmas. Where did Christmas go? There it is. So I'm going to get just a scrap paper to stamp this Christmas on. So I always kind of have little, well, not a little, I have a lot of scraps just kind of laying around. And I think I'm going to do this one. Oh, I might actually do it on green. Oh my. Yeah, I'm going to do it on green. Oh no, because it's all solid. I wonder, do we have another one in here? No, we don't. We don't have anything that's going to be. All right, so I might actually not do it on the green because I want the Christmas to show through. Wow, I'm tempted to not use the early espresso, but I'm already introducing cherry cobbler into the mix, so I will use the early espresso. All right, so we're going to get this Christmas going here in the early espresso. Stamp that on there, just like that. All right, and then I'm going to use my paper snips. So this is the one item that does not come in your paper pumpkin box, is a pair of scissors. There we go. Use my paper snips to cut this one out. So I'm leaving just a little border around it as we go. Not too much. And there we are. Okay. And just like that, we're all done. Pop those off to the side. So we've got our Christmas. And then I'm going to stamp my Merry. This is where I am going to bring in the new color. I'm going to bring in the cherry cobbler to stamp our Merry. And I'm going to do that, I think, on a label. I'll just see here if I have one. I don't have any pre-cut labels right now. How odd. All right. Oh, that is so strange. All right, so I am just going to use straight up a piece of basic white cardstock then, and we are going to fussy cut it. I was going to stamp it on a label. Actually, maybe I'll punch out a label. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's see if it'll fit on this guy. I think that's a little too small. Let's see here. What other labels do I have? Yeah, we're going to fussy cut them. I don't want to go looking around for labels. Oh, unless I put them on a circle with the Santa. No, I'm still going to fussy cut them. Go with your gut. Fussy cut. Okay, so here we go. We're going to stamp this in Cherry Cobbler. And that's just to kind of go with our colors that we already had going on. So I've stamped that in Cherry Cobbler. And I'm going to grab my paper snips and fussy cut this. There we go. So I'm going to go around and around and there. So when you fussy cut, you can be as fussy or as not as you would like. You can really get into all the details, or you could just leave a wider border and just skim around the outside edges. Totally up to you. I do recommend, though, that as you're doing it, it's kind of the paper you're twisting, not your scissors. So my scissors stay fairly straightforward, and it's my paper that I'm just kind of wiggling around. All right. Here we go. All right, so there's our Mary all fussy cut. And now we need to grab something to put our Santa Claus on. And I think for this one, I am going to go with a die cut. I'm going to find one that is big enough to stamp our Santa Claus right on. So there we go. He's just going to fit inside the third largest circle for our, so actually he's just going to fit, so I'm going to use the fourth, the second largest, just like that. Yeah, that'll be better. All right, so I'm going to use this and a piece of basic white cardstock again. Let's see, just trim this down so it'll fit into my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Fussy cutting can be easy. Yep. All right, there we go. So as I bring up my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I also just wanted to let you guys know that if you are a crafter who does not yet have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine of any kind, right now is a fantastic time to grab one and to join my stamping team, because we have a starter kit plus promotion on right now where you get actually $206 worth of product for just 135 Canadian, which means you can even add the full-blown big machine onto your starter kit order and still have money to spare to spend on other goodies to put into your kit. So it is like an absolutely incredible deal. And then even better than that is when you join my team, then we have like Stampin' Nights. We do our team meetings with make and takes and like all sorts of fun stuff, creative challenges, and it's just a blast. So definitely something to consider, especially if you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine yet. But even if you do, then think of all the goodies you can put on there. All right, so we're going to stamp our Santa Claus in Early Espresso, and I'm going to stamp him a little bit off to the left. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to stamp him a little bit off to the left. There we go. And then you can use whatever you would like to color him in, but I'm going to show you, oh no, I took a bunch of, darn it, I took a bunch of blends to work today, and I have not unpacked them, so I may have to go digging in my school bag here. Don't ask. I was at a workshop today and I knew there would be some time where we were just sitting and listening. And so I brought some stamping to do. All right, so I'm going to use actually the thin end of my light floaty flamingo. That's what this is, right? Yeah, light floaty flamingo, just to do those little cheeks actually and the nose. And then I am going to use Petal Pink. I think Petal Pink. Yeah, Petal Pink to just go over the face. There we go. And then finally, I will grab, do I have a cherry cobbler? Let's see. Oh, look at that. I have a cherry cobbler. So I'm going to grab my dark cherry cobbler. I'm going to start with the larger tip and of my dark and just come in and do that little corner and that little bit, maybe a little bit more. All right, and then I'm going to use my light cherry cobbler to blend that and color the rest of the hat. All right. Okay. Ugh. Maybe I should have used the fine tip. Yikes, having trouble staying in the lines. All right, so there we go. We've colored in his hat with our cherry cobbler. Oh my goodness, isn't he adorable? And then we're going to pop this onto our card along with our Merry and our Christmas. And actually, I'm going to use that. Let's see. I almost feel like I need to go grab a ribbon to throw on here. But I don't want to add in too many things that didn't come in your kit. And we've already added in an ink and some die cuts. So seems like it's a lot, but I think I definitely want a ribbon added in on here though. This is looking just a little bit plain. So let's see, what ribbon do we have that I think would look awesome with this. I'm actually wondering about the suede. I think actually I'm going to grab some of our elegant trim and pull some gold into this because I'm not putting any of those snowflakes on here. Or maybe that's what this is missing. It's just a snowflake and we'll stay away from ribbon entirely. Let's stay away from ribbon. I know you guys don't like rainbows. I'm obsessed with it, but all right. So when you run out of the gorgeous snowflakes in your kit, we have our wonderful snowflakes. And so I get a lot of these in a package, a lot of these in a package. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 20. It's kind of ridiculous. 24. You get 24 snowflakes in a pack. So it's a lot. All right, so we're actually going to grab that and throw that in here with our circle. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no need for ribbon. Oh, my goodness. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with that now. So we're going to attach this with a mini glue dot, just like we did on our card kit, on our paper pumpkin cards. So we're going to pull that back off. So if you have not seen these wonderful snowflakes, they've actually been around for a few years. They came out in last year's Christmas mini and then made a reappearance in our annual catalog this year. Now, where did I put my dimensionals? There we go. So I'm going to pop dimensionals on this circle that we used for our Santa Claus. There we go. Pop him down like that. Oh my goodness, so cute. Now with this Merry, I'm only going to put one dimensional on him and a mini glue dot on the other side because I don't need popping up on top of popping up. All right. There we go. So put that Merry down so it's kind of covering up part of the circle, part of the snowflake, And then our Christmas will get tucked under there. Now that's really crooked. I need to straighten that up a bit. So you could cut this with a paper trimmer and then it would definitely be straight. But, all right. So again, this one's going to get a dimensional under one side, but I'm just going to use part of the trim just so that it's a thinner piece. It's basically a half dimensional on one side. If it will come off of my finger. There we go. And then a mini glue dot on the other. And let's see it come. There. So pop that under there, just like that. Actually, over a bit maybe. Merry Christmas. Just like that. Fantastic. And then we have some of those little embellishments. So I am actually going to grab those and use them on this card. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. There. And that is one of my alternatives. So I'm going to be creating a ton of alternatives with this kit. I can just feel it. I am so excited about the stamps that come in this kit and the possibilities with this. But I wanted just to share with you, like, these snowflakes are a great alternative when you've run out of the ones in the kit. And that Santa Claus is just so perfect for being able to stamp and color him. So that is my alternative. I think I'm just going to leave it at one today because my brain's a little fried. I'm having trouble finding words. I think I need to go rest after a long day at work. And I'll be back on with more alternatives on another day. Definitely watch for my posts. I post on my blog often with my alternatives. So it's stampinwithleah.ca. And yeah, you can check those out there. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And yeah, I hope that you got this kit and are having so much fun with it. It took me a whole week to find time to play with it, but now I know it's going to keep me a little bit busy this weekend. So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everyone. And I will see you next Wednesday. And next Wednesday, my Facebook Live is not a normal Facebook Live. I'm actually doing 5 weeks of Christmas. And so for the next 5 weeks, I will actually be putting on a whole Christmas card class while like during that normal 9 a.m. Wednesday time. So I hope you guys can join me for that. It's going to be a free class, and then you can get the make and take kit and the PDF with a purchase, or just come and enjoy and stamp with me and use what you've got. So that's what's going on there. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.